On the table, we are checking out something that is totally new and outside of this galaxy, Gigabots energy cores. Hey everyone, this is Dan, and thank you for watching SquirrelStampede today, as we have a delightful new series of robots to build. A few weeks ago, I was over in New York City for a toy show, and I was introduced to the Gigabots. And I just immediately had to start building. There are 6 core energies of Gigabots to build. These 6 robots, they start out small as a little energy sphere and then build into a giant robot, something similar to maybe Lego Bionicle of the past or other great robot building toys. So these will be interesting, lots to go through and construct. Let's get to know the Gigabots.
SquirrelStampede!
Behold, our first look at Gigabots energy cores in its package. It would be Hazbot Series 1 Origin. Giant, 13 inches in height. This character will get 33 pieces. Builds this robot inside this energy core. Take apart energy core and build your bot. A perfect combination, a bot inside a core. It should prove very interesting. Let's open Hazbot out and see what we find inside his core. What do you think, squirrels?
Yeah, Hazbot seems hazardous.
It sure does, Big Gray Squirrel. Look at this energy core, pretty well detailed from around. Very interesting construction. Inside the box we have instructions to build. Step 1 through 8 should lead you through the construction of this character, and then step 1 through 4 should lead you back into building your energy core. To know more about your Gigabot, also online, what's Hazbot's deal? Click for bio. Hazbot Demolition Specialist, weight 49,342.4 kilograms? How is he not smashing through my table? Power 76,685 gigajoules. My camera battery will not die today, that's for sure. Plasma blade and energy hammer are his weapons. And Hazbot, loud and boisterous, adopted saying, "Go big or go home." More instructions and a checkout building video if you need help. Alright, breaking open our energy core. Pretty much a sphere with 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4, layered twice, a top and a bottom. Okay, do they just split? Oh, like a coconut, right across the bow. And pieces. Lots of pieces are rolling out. Did I read 33 pieces in total? Oh, these are fun. These are cool little noodly wires in a little bit of a transparency green. I see connectors. I see body hip parts, maybe. I see a fist. Very Bionicle-like. This one has markings on it. Blip Toys LLC, made in China. Wait a second, I thought the Gigabots were from another galaxy. And then you can continue to break apart these cores. The tops pop open. More strange pieces inside. Oh! And we'll rip this one apart too. Look at the structure in here. This is really quite ingenious Gigabot technology. And I think we're set to build. So step 1, I need to find the plate, and I think I just saw it. This back sphere part with all these extra little pieces on here. Our Gigabot is going to attach to this first. I suppose the back torso, and we've got so many connectors to work with. I think these are going to be all of the same size. These double-sided ball jointages. We'll pop those in. It's going to be a little tight at first, it says, because out of the box it's always going to be a little tighter. And we have constructed stage 1. We're done! It's our Gigabots! Hello, everyone! No, actually, this almost looks like an arm. Maybe you can make like the most gigantic bot of Giga. Okay, so now we've got to place this aside and build an arm. It may be helpful to have an image at the ready to see which panel goes where. However, you may just build as you wish too. I'm looking for the panel with this piece, but on the other side. Where would that be? Okay, let's try this panel right here for our left shoulder. And an elbow would be this piece right here. Oh, just perfectly, just like that, I think is what I want. And so now I want to add in a link in the middle and another one. And we've got an arm forming and a fist right there. And I think the thumb is either side, so I think you can flip either way. And then we can place this piece onto his shoulder. Where did my body part go? There we go. I think this is the part it should go onto right here. I think, but we'll figure that out as we go. Let's build another arm, but the opposite of this one. So I think it would be this piece here. How about this piece there? And another connector. And what was the base part again? It's the one with this part right here. And I think we're going to kind of work in a circular motion. It keeps things looking just about right. Another fist on there, and another arm. Alright, pretty strong and tight so far. I like that. That's pretty cool and ingenious with all the points of movement. So next up I am figuring out the leg, and the leg will be built with, I think this piece is the upper hip torso section, and it's going to curve in, maybe. And I need more connectors, Here's one there. And then this will be his shin. And I think I've got a little bit of a change in direction. It's noodling this way. I think all of that maybe just can be up to you. You do not have to build these exactly in the panel arrangement. I think as long as you get any panel in, you're gonna be fine. Which way is his foot gonna go? The little part forward probably? Maybe? I think that looks more right that direction. Okay, so we've got this leg built, and we'll go with this piece, and I hope I have one more connector here. Oh, there it is, it rolled off. Watch for these to roll on ya. So we have officially used all his panels. I think I've got this one a little bit backwards, but that's okay, we'll figure it out. We've got all his side panels now constructed into his arms and legs. Where is his torso? Again, there's the torso, and we'll cram this in here, and we'll cram this over there. And now, can we start linking up some energy binders? Or whatever you call these cool transparency noodly things? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 noodly things? 7, 6, 5? Stop, Gray Squirrel! You ate my noodly things! Not you too, Landry! Stop! Ah! I need more noodly things! That did not just happen. Okay, so there's 8 noodly things, and I think they're all, well, what are they? Are they all a little bit different? They're kind of different. This noodly thing has the exits pointing straight out, whereas this noodly thing has an exit pointing this way and a port pointing that way. So there are a little bit differences. I'm going to at least get the ones that have the ports pointing out all separated. So there are 4 of those. And then these 3, I believe. Oh, these 2 both have ports going out that way on each end, and this one has just one going out to the side. What is going on? Alright, there are a lot of ports to choose from when placing in a noodly thing. Some of these on the edge just don't give enough depth, so I'm going to go to this one right here in the center. These ports, these larger ones, I believe is where the panel's going to go down. So we've got one noodly thing installed, and then we'll go up to this shoulder spot right here. And those fit pretty good. We'll do the other side now. Got one over here, up into this port, and then one over here. These are great. These are giving our robot a little bit of brightness and contrast. And I see a couple more maybe going from these lower ports here. Will they fit? I think they'll fit. I'm not really sure yet which ones to use. Maybe it doesn't matter, as long as it looks cool. Those are going to wrap around to the back side of his hips. And I see a few more going from the legs to each other. That's how he powers his knees, I suppose. That one there. And this one here will go for it. These are the ones with the ports that are going off to the side. I guess it really just doesn't matter. Although they're not as long. And then I think once you have enough of these in, you can place down the chest piece. So we'll just kind of rotate them around so that they're not in the way. And we'll place this sucker down. I think it could go any different direction. These are obviously going to lock into here. We'll try just that for now. We've got our chest piece placed in. Our robot head, of course, Hazmat's head. Kind of a Bumblebee-esque character. And weapons. This arm will hold a possible laser sword. And we can attach also with the noodly thing. And we have a hammer for this side, which may also attach to an energy binder. So I think with that, we may begin to stand. He is a little noodly at first, a little noodly. Hang on, let's get him up, Wow, and there we have our Gigabot Hazbot constructed and standing. Scale-wise, that is really quite impressive. The energy core about the size of a cantaloupe deconstructs and constructs a Gigabot at an impressive 13 inches in height, more than 13 inches, with arm raised. This guy is commanding the table, taking up space. Pretty impressive. And now I have a hankering for some cantaloupe. And look there, 13 inches in height. For some quick scale comparisons, there's a Clickbot, there's an old school Bionicle, and here comes Godzilla. Oh no! And obviously Gigabots are highly articulated with all these connector points being ball joints, shoulders, elbows, double hinged, wrists, head rotation from many different angles, even a little bit of torso coming from main center shell, and then hips, knees double jointed, and oh, looks like that spaghetti joint really helps keep them together, and feet. The headpiece on this one pretty fun too, with transparent green visor. Rotate around, you can kind of see the inner workings of the head though. I wish there was a secondary part to the head to kind of cover that up, but still looking pretty sharp. So that is a Gigabot, and obviously take apart, rebuild into an energy core when you are ready. But let's check out a few more before we get to that. And who should we explore next? I believe the green and gray, that one must be Fragbot. I think this is Scrapbot back here. The teal may be Hydrobot. I like that color. And Gripbot in gray and yellow. These four should round out the good guys, I think the good guys, and Blaze in red, as in bad guy. Well, let's check out the bad guy, right? So Blaze went from Monster Machine to this, right? Look at all the extra little wiring detailing going throughout Blaze. Very interesting. And breaking apart, discovers the insides. Blaze, leader of Scourge, weight 60,323 kilograms with 81,435 gigajoules of power, a lava blade, and a fission blaster. Malicious and unstable, will stop at nothing to find and consume pure energy. As for pieces that build up Blaze, lots of orange-red connectors. There's Blaze's head, ooh, menacing. And inside we've got more ramen noodles of electricity. All of these have more of an electrical feel, so a little bit different than what we saw with Hazbot. And of course, all these shells will break apart and construct our mighty, our ferocious enemy. I wondered this time if I could get the pieces all laid out first and then build together, or shall I just go for the same as before? His outer shell arm pieces are a little less pronounced than what we saw with Hazbot. They all feel the same. How am I going to figure out which one goes where? Well, again, most easily start from the back and move on out. Now that I've run through one of these bots already, I'm getting a little more accustomed to the direction of these circular side panels for arms and legs. If you notice in instructions and images, one side you have the studs pointing out and the other side you have grooves for combining, helping you out a little more in the direction and the placement of these panels. So now I think I have our shoulders up top, our forearms, our thigh pieces, and then our shins. Let's give that a try and construct on up. I have also decided that any of the electrical noodles with ports pointing both ways out, use those for the arms. Also, it helps to make them fun by wrapping them around the post in the center there to give them some more things to do. Then use the ports that kind of bend in for the central part and work their way out too. This one with the ports bending both ways I've been using now for the lower torso and wrapping those around to the back or the front of the hips. You can go either way, whatever you think looks the best. And again, I like the wrapping method. I think it looks pretty neat going from, say, here around this central connector and down. Oh, how silly of me. This one goes for his leg, not his arm. Down there. And around the central knee connector. Twisting around. Just gives it a more of a robotic feel. This one is the one that goes up to his shoulder piece. And we'll save these two for a second for the weapons. I think I can place down his front cover now. And I want to rotate like so, I think. Oh, I can't forget Blaze's feet. And Blaze has got some nice style and kicks there. Placing those on so we can finally stand up this giant monster. Yeah, Blaze certainly looks more menacing than Hazbot did. Adding on fists. And now weapons. Powering up these weapons. And finally our evil robot Scourge, Master Blaze's headpiece. And there the menacing rabbit ears Blaze constructed. Mystery Science Theater 3000, anyone on that headpiece? Wired red and ready to go. I see a central ruby core at his chest piece. Pretty striking, fun to see the differences from what we had just constructed with Hazbot. The panel shells and headpieces on these are each a little bit different. And again, for some scaling reference, a Clickbot, a classic Bionicle, a firefighting specialist G.I. Joe, and of course, Mechagodzilla.
What?
Mechagodzilla? Oh no. After all that heat, let's try something cool with Hydrobot. Oh, actually it's Hyrobot. The blue throws me. I keep wanting to say Hydrobot. Hyrobot is the leader of the Gigabots. Kinda looks like Cybertron. Look at that. The cores are so very much interesting as well. You can't forget not to marvel at how cool these are and the way they construct and reconstruct. Maybe this time I'll try popping open just the top part here. Look at there, and everything is so nicely contained until you do that. We have more energy binders. These are similar to what we had saw with Blaze, but now they are in blue, a blue electrical pattern. And we've got orange connectors too, which looks pretty close to what we saw with Blaze. Now again, we construct up by trying to figure out our panels, maybe taking one ring for the feet and taking another ring for the arms may help you in keeping things in order. So I have this ring ready. Let's break apart and go with these. I think this would be the right direction. We'll just flip this around and then I think we have an arm. So that's kind of a quicker way if you disassemble slowly. And we have Hyrobot set up. I like the blue teal coloring scheme with the red paneling too. Red joints and electrical ramen noodles surging through this mighty tall Gigabot, 13 inches in height. Weight 52,835.5 kilograms. Power 80,134 gigajoules. Blaster and H2O blade. See, even his weapon is water, H2O blade. Hyrobot, driven and demanding, focused on defeating the Scourge. I like how these bots have both blaster and a sword, although the sword is a little bit stumpy, but maybe just so that it could fit inside the sphere. The head sculpts with these very familiar, very Transformers-esque Bionicle-ish. Perhaps what do you say this one looks like? I think so far today one of my favorites, just the nice contrast between the teal blue and the orange red parts. And for scaling purposes, a Ripley Fortnite action figure, a small Hydorus Bakugan, and of course a tall Huggy Wuggy. Huggy Wuggy! 3 more to build. We've got Gripbot with like a grapple on the side of the core. Then of course Scrapbot looks like scraps. And Fragbot, much to snap together. Let's see what these 3 are going to look like. And constructed Gripbot, Fragbot, and a Scrapbot. What a collection of energy cores. These 3 also all unique and different from one another. Scrapbot, very interesting, built from scrap I would say. Somewhat bound together by green energy ribbon on this one. Weight 50,891.2 kilograms, power 77,432 gigajoules with the energy saw sword and the disruptor blaster. He's calm and a jokester, always looking to upgrade the Gigabots. Then the very interesting Gripbot. Again, Gripbot seems to have like a grapple on his front covering. Likes to rock around a little bit. His head resembles Samus a little bit from Metroid. Gripbot the Scout. 57,435 kilograms, 83,875 gigajoules, shock blade and grenade blaster. Patient and loyal, always focused on the task at hand. Also with this kind of like energy binding ribbon in metal, but maybe also kind of like a gun clip thing. Strips of them surging throughout his body. Very nice looking Gigabot. Good color scheme too with the charcoal gray and the yellow. And finally switching up with the sillier Fragbot. Look at the hair on this bot. Fragbot the weapons specialist. Weight 53,772.4 kilograms, power 83,122 gigajoules, a katana and a railgun for weaponry, young and energetic, always ready for a fight. Probably the Gigabot with the most animated of faces with a head visor and some cool hair popping up. Translucent green spaghetti ribbon going out throughout his body with a very bright fluorescent green paint fragging up the rest of this bot. What a collection of bots with these. As I moved on to the series, I stopped paying as much attention to the way their paneling goes throughout their arms and legs and just picked something that looked kind of cool. And there, the Gigabot team of 5 together. Their scaling still quite impressive, filling up the majority of my table space here, both in height and now width. Altogether now you can see the colors playing off of one another. They're so bright and vibrant, and a very fun project to piece together, and well, now we're going to have to figure out how to unpiece together. We've got to get them back into their energy cores. Oh my, oh my. So how about we finish where we began with Hazbot, and we will begin to take apart Hazbot's body to return him to his energy core. Alright, thank you Huggy Wuggy for helping us out a little bit there. So maybe to simplify things a little bit, let's get everything piled up into type. Let's get all the energy noodles over here. And we can take all the connectors and feet and place them over here. Weapons maybe in a pile. Oh, you missed one, Huggy. You missed two, Huggy. And now we have to figure out how to reform into a sphere. So again, the trick is all these little studs that pop up and grooves on the bottom. I believe you're going to want to keep all the studs in a ring on top and form them into some sort of ring. Maybe I need to alternate between the two different shapes. I think there's just two different shapes on this one. Let's try this arrangement first, see if I can get that to go. No, because those are similar. So we have to find a panel that matches. Okay, I think that'll do. And if you link them together on a nice flat surface, you can get them together pretty well. Now I'm going to place over one of these tops just so that we can combine them together. And there's plenty of little spots on these to grab together. So now we have a half sphere made, I believe. It feels somewhat tight, clicking it together. Now we can make the other one, and this one will do kind of the same thing. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just not sure if it's the exact arrangement of what it was before, but it's probably got to be close. Now, I'm guessing it's going to be a little easier to place the spheres together now. And then fill in all our items. So we can drop in a fist and a foot. Maybe shake them around a little bit so that they settle in. More links. Don't forget our robot head. Shake them around, weapon, hammer, and then finally all the noodly things. It's like some sort of weird alien soup dish or an alien coconut. And then once everything is packed inside, look around the table, see if you've got everything there. I think we're good, and we're going to lock this back up into an energy core. They definitely remind me and play off original Lego Bionicle, where you had a container and you would open it up and build a robot. Only this takes it a little bit farther, where the container is the actual robot. And it's a pretty sturdy little container once built together. It holds tight. I mean, I wouldn't throw this down the stairs or anything, but it holds tight enough to keep everything together. And then look at the scale difference. About 4 to 5 inches tall on the energy core builds you this giant 13-inch robot as it unfolds into this very interesting character. So the Gigabot energy cores are true to their awesome name and have been a delightfully fun play for today. Where are you taking that, Huggy? And that, in a nutshell, are Gigabots. What do you think? Now, to acquire a Gigabot, they should start to be dropping now over on Amazon.com in the fall here. Again, 6 Gigabots to collect. I think they usually run between $10 and $15. We will see. There are a few other larger Gigabots too coming. You may see those over online, but give it some time, they're gonna start to appear here in the fall. If you liked this video today, please give us a squike, a squirrel live, and a squammet. Let us know your favorite detail of the Gigabots. Thanks so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.
Huggy, Huggy, no! Huggy, please stop. Oh, Huggy. Huggy, that is not good. Stop, stop, Huggy. Huggy, that's hazardous. Huggy, oh please. Please, no, Huggy.